can hear the engine running behind me because we have a man in from Delaval, and that's a dairy equipment brand. What he's doing, he's checking the vacuum going through the cups, but he's also checking the pulsators. One of the things that we've asked him to do is give us a quote on an upgraded system. But first off, we'd have to upgrade some pipes in the middle and a vacuum pump, and then over time we'd eventually upgrade to an automatic cup remover and a cow retention system. And what that allows us to do is just simply have two people on one side instead of one person putting cups on and one person taking cups off. By having two people on the one side, we can reduce the cell count, which is the amount of bacteria in your milk. And by reducing the cell count, you become eligible for bonus payments. So the system essentially pays for itself over time. A system upgrade will probably last us another 20 years. And with the system upgrade, we're looking at upgrading a dairy management system where we're able to monitor the amount of yield of each cow as it comes in. So we can reward cows that are milking well with more grain. Cows that aren't milking too well, especially if they're not even paying their keep, then we just put them on the truck and leave them. And so it helps us be more efficient as a dairy farm as well. So there's some exciting things happening. Obviously the system won't be upgraded in the middle of the drought because money is very, very, very tight. But maybe down the track in the next 12 to 18 months. We'll have to wait to see what the season brings.
Chilling over here. Look how good. If you watched our vlog last week, you would have heard that we were going to a dairy farm and cheese factory. We weren't able to get any footage of the cheese factory. Well, firstly, we weren't even allowed to go see it. And secondly, the reason for that is because it's not really a commercial cheese factory. But on the way, we actually got lost and found ourselves in another cheese factory. Turns out we knew the people. I forgot to get a picture of what it looks on the outside, but it's called Tweed Valley Cheese, and if you're ever in the area, you should go and check it out.
So we're here at Tweed Valley Way Farmhouse Cheeses. Farmhouse because all of the cheeses here and all of the produce here is all homemade, handmade. This is on the Tweed Valley Way just outside of Burringbar as you're heading towards Mooball, back towards Ballina. It's a lovely little family owned business. They're open Thursday and Friday from 2 to 6 and open on the weekends as well from 11 to 3. They've got a little dairy right next door, and so they make all their cheeses right here on site, and are just really awesome advocates for local produce. So if you wanted to pop in, they have all different pictures of the history of the place, of how cows used to be milked. You can see the little cream cans next to them. Burringbar. This is one of the cheese rooms in here. So they're still setting it all up. This is how fresh and new this place is. Awesome prices as well. I'm actually kind of ridiculously in love with this countertop and this big bar layout. It's just amazing. Look at open place here.
So while we were in the area, we also found ourselves at an antique store called Heath's Old Wares, and it's so beautiful I couldn't help myself but video it, so I'll show you what that looks like. If you're also interested in seeing any other vintage or antique stores, he actually gave me a full list, and I'd be happy to share it if you wanted to comment in the section below, or you can direct message us on Instagram at Farmer Ludwig Kyogle. One of my favourite things to do is look at antiques. So when I find places like this, I'm just stoked. But obviously, it's always a cost. I know. I'm sorry. Wow. Holy moly. You guys can go get milkshakes if you want. I might be a little while.
Wow.
Oh, cowbell. It's beautiful. What doorbell it is. Oh, they're old tools. You can look at them. Oh, I love the old light. Well, whatever they are.
Yeah, and those shades.
Yeah, shades. They're so awesome. This big one. Love to have that in my house somewhere. It's gorgeous. That little bottle rack. I love stuff like this. Oh, they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I love that little bench. All the old watering jugs. It's so gorgeous. I love that big one.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cute. Wow, what is that?
The coppers, they used to cook, heat them up, and then they'd put their clothes in there with hot water and hit them down with a stick.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they'd boil their clothes and yeah.
Yeah, my husband and I, we started a like a YouTube channel, I suppose, and so we've just been like, because we moved from Newcastle to Kyogle, and yeah, well, he grew up here, so not so much for him, but for me, definitely. And he, well, like everyone back at home, just wanted to sort of see our journey and everything, and sort of see like the transition, I guess. So anything like this, I try to promote as much as I can because I want more to come. Yeah.
If you want to see this type of stuff in Australia, go to Victoria.
Okay. Yep.
So the whole purpose of us going to Burringbar, I think that's how you say it, was to check out this dairy farm and their effluent system that they've got going there, which we're going to implement soon on our farm. I didn't include any videos just because it is a little bit boring, but I thought I would show you what their dairy looks like because it's a little bit different to ours. We have a rotary style and they do tenor side.
So you may have heard us talking before about herringbone dairies. And so this is a herringbone here. This is a tenor side swing over. So you can see you have 10 cups along here. What you do, there's your pulsators. That's the thing that sends the different pulses through either side. It's on pressure, off pressure, on pressure, off pressure. And it just squeezes. There's a little plastic rubber gland on the inside that squeezes the teats and pulses. And they're the things that turn that on and off. So what'll happen is, this is the yard up here. 10 will walk in, all line up there, they got their grain, put 10 on. This one's not fitted with automatic cup removers, so you just watch them. This guy's a bit more old school, but a lovely man. And so he obviously likes to just to watch his cows. And generally people who don't have automatic cup removers are kind of the people that really appreciate the artistry in milking and yeah, really watch their cows. So all these bales here are actually automatic lift up and set down, so you can see the little hydraulics up there, the feeders there. The feed runs through from this big silo out here. These big things that you see hanging, you can actually see that little drum up there. You can fill that with a buffalo fly spray or a dip, and what it does, and you mix it with like either water or oil or whatever, and it flows down through this and goes onto the cow's back and keeps the buffalo flies off without actually having to stop and spray them like you saw the other day. It's a big Jersey bull, a couple of calves.
They're quiet. They're quiet. But I put a lot of time in them too.
Now I also mentioned in last week's vlog that I was having a hearing test, and good news, it's improved 50%, so I'm so happy about that, and just keep praying that it returns to normal. And I just want to thank you as well for all your thoughts and prayers. It really means a lot.
So as you know, we got the audit coming up. So Dad's cleaning up the vessels on the inside with some hot water and a chemical that we call Rev Wash. And basically it's just an alkaline solution. And so we run that through the system once a month normally with a little brush on the end of a big rope.
and it basically just gets sucked through the system, and we brush the whole way out. And so the water is between 70 and 80 degrees. Something that I'm doing is I'm going around to all the rollers which sit underneath the rotary and support the rotary, and the rollers are actually covered in grease and grime that gets on the ground. When they build up with grease and grime, it makes it harder for the platform to roll, which means that the hydraulic pump has to work harder. So I'm getting the grease and grime off that with the new gurney. Also around on the walls, over time, a lot of manure splashes up, and as we're hosing out just generally in the morning or in the afternoon, we sometimes miss it. We'll hopefully try to do this every couple of months, just go around and just get all the stuff off the walls so we've got nice clean concrete. We've got an algae that builds up on the floor, which is an orange algae, and we could go around with the gurney and get that off, but it takes a long time. So instead what we're going to do, we're going to put a heap of chlorine on it, give it some time to kill off the algae, and you just hose it away. And you're left with nice grippy concrete rather than the slippery algae surface.
So this morning we had a cow give birth, and I wasn't able to get the actual process of happening, unfortunately. And if you want to see that, let me know, because I'd love to show you guys. It's pretty cool. But yeah, again, leave a comment, just let us know what your thoughts are. Oh, look at that beautiful baby. Yeah, so you can see clear here that she just has had a bubba. So you've got her tail sort of hanging down there, and then that other cord there is attached to the placenta. But she'll just lick all the muck off her baby, and she'll be quite protective for now. So we'll just let them have some time together and just enjoy it. Such a gorgeous sight. Seeing the mum look up her little bubba. Oh, that's feathers hanging out of her.
So here we have an inflation and the inflation shell. So this inflation shell is a steel casing that goes over the top of the inflation. And what happens is there's a suction created in here by the pulsator, which pulls that gland out there, expands it out, and relaxes the pressure on the cow's teats. Now when that relaxes, because there is a suction coming through this main line, it pulls that nice and closed and squeezes down on the cow's teat. So there is an action of expanding and relaxing onto the cow's teat to stimulate the sucking action the calf has. And when cows feel that same action, they're a lot more relaxed because they feel like they're just getting sucked by a calf. So we've actually been replacing 160 of these today. Probably about halfway, getting there slowly. We're just going to put it in, hook it over the edge so it creates a nice seal, and then we pull it through. That one went through 2 clicks. We only want ours through 1, and then that's a good one. So we have 4 of these on each cup. We have another rubber that runs off here to what's called the claw. So this is the claw. So we have our little pulsing action that's brought to you by these 2 hoses. They go on the end, create that suction, that patterned suction through these 2. This separate claw is on a different line. So this is where our milk goes. So it comes in through the cups by these 4 holes there, and then it gets drawn out of this clasp, out of this claw, through the claw shell, and there's a hole in the top of the claw shell. So you can see this one's broken and it needs replacing. But the idea is that it brings the milk through these holes, into the claw, and into the main line through this one black pipe here. So we also need to replace these black pipes. They get replaced every 2 years because cracks around the tip of the inflation here can actually damage cows' teats, and also mean that they're not getting a nice uniform suction.
So I just thought I would film Jacob doing some tractor work this afternoon, and he just looks like a little ant sort of running around, so I thought it was a bit funny and I would include it.
Thank you so much again for watching our vlog. We really do hope that you're enjoying watching our journey and that you're inspired to maybe one day live your own farm life. We will share more soon for the girls on like gardening and renovating and like cooking and all that sort of stuff, so stick around because it will get a bit more interesting as we go on and we move into our house, which could be happening soon, by the way. Again, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed our video, it really supports our channel. You can subscribe down the left hand side and there's a little bell if you want to get the notification. Thank you again for watching and we'll see you next week. See you!